A sympathetic goddess reincarnates herself as an immortal witch in a new world. Azusa is determined to live a peaceful life, building a farm in the mountains and hunting slime every day to pass time. Due to her medical knowledge, years pass and she has become known as the Witch of the Highlands on a whim. She has the adventurer guilds to measure her powers and find the experience of killing multiple slimes every day. For years is equal to defeating dragons. She is now the strongest adventurer in the entire world. Soon her carefree life is repeatedly interrupted by challenges, including Laika, a legendary dragon who challenges her and is defeated, though she accidentally destroys Azusa's house. Laika returns in the form of a young girl, hands over her treasure hoard to repair Aziz's home and asks Tobal come, Aziz's pupil, hoping it will make life easier in the long run. Azusa accepts Laika as her pupil, deciding to show her that a little daily effort can go a long way, starting with building them a bigger house to living in Azusa, is watched by a girl who swears revenge. Attacks by villain and monsters are likely to increase now that people know Azusa is strong, so they place a magic barrier around Flota village. A child, Flufa, claims her sister Slasha is trying to kill Azusa and that Azusa is their mother. Aziza learns that the sisters are actually very cold, slime spirits formed from the souls of every slime Azusa has killed. And while Flafa considers Azusa their mother, Slosha wants revenge for the slimes. Azusa's magic is useless as Slosh reveals she trained for years to perfect a smite evil spell against Azusa. Slasha is easily defeated by Laika who protects Azusa. Falfa explains that because Slasha only trains Smite Evil to defeat Azusa, she is defenseless against everything else and that Slosha won't be able to use it again. Forced to give up her grudge, Slosha decides to live happily ever after. Azusa decides to become their mother and invites them to live with her. Slasher agrees that Azusa can keep killing slimes but only the white ones that are evil. Aziza decides life with the dragon pupil and slime daughter can be peaceful too. Azusa's home is visited by Halkara, an elf girl who seeks help against the demon Beelzebub. She explains that she created Nutra spirit in an energy drink, but it made Beelzebub ill, so she fled to avoid punishment. Aziza agrees to take Halkara as a student and puts a barrier around her house while gathering mushrooms. Halkara carelessly eats one that has aphrodisiac effect and tries to seduce Azusa, who punishes her. Aizaza realizes that Beelzebub, the Lord of Flies, has been in the house disguised as a housefly. The whole time, Azusa challenges her to a duel during which Beelzebub flies into the barrier and passes out from shock. She helps her recover, during which Beelzebub explains that the Nutra spirit didn't make her sick, it actually gave her the energy to work all night, but then she overworked and made herself sick. Beelzebub actually wants more Nutra spirit. Azusa punishes Halkara for wasting her time. Halkara decides to move her Nutra spirit factory to Flota to keep living with Azusa. Beelzebub agrees to visit again to settle her duel against Azusa in a friendly manner and to visit Falfa and Shalsha. Azusa decides she can handle her new family growing even larger until Laika suddenly announces she is returning to her own home. Laika clarifies that she is only leaving temporarily to attend her older sister Laila's wedding and that they're all invited. Laika flies them to the Mount Roko, his volcanic home of the Red Dragons. Dragons from the enemy Blue Dragon clan crash the party led by Florterra, a notorious bully who was jealous that Laika's sister is getting married before her, and so will use their ice breath to completely freeze Mount Roko. Aziza decides not to interfere in an interclan issue, but when a dragon endangers her daughter, she defeats the blue dragon and forces Fletrora to flee. The wedding of Mount Roko village, Aziza finds Beelzebub there for a hot spring vacation. Draining the rest of the blue dragon's magic, Laika forces the captured Forfort to assume her human form and pay for the damage. Azusa also forces her to sign a peace treaty so she can never attack the red dragons again at the wedding. Florterra begrudgingly wishes Laila well as a married woman. Mikha asks Azusa if she can treat her as a sister now that her own sister is married. Halkara's new factory has a ghost, so she is unable to hire workers. Azusa summons Beelzebub to help her as she is scared of ghosts. Bilsa bomb forces the ghost to make her itself visible, revealing she is a teenage girl called Rosilia who committed suicide centuries ago when her selfish parents told her to be married to a cruel man. The factory used to be her family home and the ghost she is trapped in the place she died. Aziza revealed that if she possesses a human to travel outside the building, she'll be freed, so Beelzebub offers Halkara as a convenient vessel, thrilling Rosilia. As Azusa home, Rosilia realizes she is stuck in Halkara's body, which Beelzebub explains could be Halkara. Before long, attempting to remove Roselia proves difficult, as she can't be shaken out, exercised, or even scared out. Putting Roselia to sleep will help them get her drunk, allowing Halkara to regain her body. Then Roselia is sobered up by drinking Halkara in freezing water, causing Roselia to jump out of Halkara's body. Roselia dispels the rumor about ghosts by making herself useful to the villagers, allowing Halkara to begin hiring workers. Beelzebub announces that Azusa will receive the Demon Medal of Honor for ending the war between the dragon clans, meaning they must visit the demon realm Roselia, whereas she won't be able to wear a nice dress since ghosts are permanently stuck in the outfit they died in. Since no spell exists to change a ghost's appearance, Aza decides to create the spell herself and manages to successfully change Roselia into a dress visible. Arrives with a giant flying whale demon named Fatla to transport them to a demon realm. Fatla is so large that she carries a luxury hotel on her back run by her sister Vanya. After spending the night, they arrive to the demon capital city of Wenzel to meet the Demon King. The Demon King turns out to be a little girl, Pruan Pakora Aliars, who's a fan of Azusa and Halkari's Nutra spirit drink. Halkara, not initially realizing Provot is the Demon King, makes severely rude remarks as to what grovel of forgiveness. Provot finds her funny and forgives her, only for Halkara to headbutt her while raising from her groveling position. With Provot unconscious, Halkara is arrested for attacking demon royalty and sentenced to death. Aziza hatches a plan to wake Provot using a foul-tasting potion. Provot wakes up and accuses Azuz of trying to poison her. They challenge her to a duel. Azaza destroys Provot's sword, so Provot agrees to spare Halkara, but then admits she's being seeking someone stronger than her and declares Assassin to be her bigger sister. Forced to agree, Azusa pretends to be a domineering big sister and forces Provot, now insisting on being called Pekura, to free Halkara. Bakura admits she has a submission complex and wants Azusa to boss her around at the Medal of Honor ceremony. Pakora gives medals to Azusa and Laika and Flotoroa to celebrate the end of Dragon War. She also forces Fletore to let Azusa touch her horns as a sign of peace. Fletore reveals that Azusa touching her horns means Aziza is now her master, so she must serve Azusa forward or commit suicide. Azusa revives Bakora, manipulated her into having to take Flotorte home with her. Flotorte decides to live with her anyway, starts calling Azusa Mama, leading to sibling rivalry with Laika. Laika and Flotor bike her constantly. Laifa and Shosha believe they are grumpy from not having eaten fresh meat. After killing the boars, Beelzebub and Fatla arrive and organize a feast of boar meat. Laika and Floto admit that they were bickering over taking turns sleeping next to Azusa. So Azusa lets them both sleep in her bed. Azusa realizes someone has been impersonating her while gathering information. They stumble into a pub that specializes in serving massages, and the owner offers to identify the fake Azusa if they spend time abusing her customers, which Aziza and Laika discover they have a talent for. The fake is an old woman who tries to flee but is caught and transformed into a young witch named Ino. Ino explains that she is a medicine maker and wants to be famous, but at the same time doesn't want too many people to recognize her. Aziza suggests she sells her medicine in character as an idol girl, so she'll be both famous and completely anonymous. Her medicine proves to be so popular that she asks Azusa's advice on expanding her business, and Alkara even considers making her a business partner at the factory. Falfa somehow turns into a slime and can't be turned back. Beelzebub suggests they ask Intelligent Slime, who lives in Picora's castle. Intelligent Slime doesn't know but points them to Magician Slime, atop of a nearby mountain. As Magician Slime explains, she was a slime but used transformation magic to become human. She instantly diagnoses that Falfa is in her sleep form, meaning she must have pulled this muscle in her sleep, making it too difficult to maintain a human form, as she did this on instinct. She must learn how to transform back and suggests asking Fighter Slime, who gained her human form by studying martial arts. They locate Fighter Slime at a fighting tournament which Azusa and Beelzebub both enter. Beelzebub defeats Fighter Slime, who helps Falfa turn back to human. Beelzebub demands Otis to fight her in the final to settle their old duel. Azaza refuses to lose there while daughter are watching and defeats Beelzebub again. This is Bob later points out, having won the tournament, Azur says fame is spread further and causes her even more problems. Fighter Slime asks to become Azusa's student but is defeated when she senses from Azusa's aura how many slimes she has killed, so he becomes the student of the reluctant Beelzebub instead. Chifanoya is a rabbit girl musician, visits Flota village, but her death music doesn't impress the villagers. She passes out from hunger, so Azusa takes her home where she reveals her real name is Cuckoo. She has been failing as a musician for years and now, considering getting a real job, Azusa advises her to continue if it makes her happy. Flotote, a musician fan, points out that death music isn't popular anymore, plus Cuckoo isn't that talented. Aziza suggests changing her style and asks everyone to think of new lyrics. Laika sings about devotion to Azusa's Halkara sings a song about promoting her Nutra drink. Falfa and Shalsha sing about grasshoppers, and Rosilia sings about the depression of being dead. Cuckoo decides to abandon her Shifanoya persona and write a song inspired by Azusa and her family. Cuckoo's new song is heard by Beelzebub, who demands she perform it at the Demon Music Festival. Cuckoo suffers from stage fright as he thought of a large audience but is helped through it by Flotte, who performs her song Thank You to massive applause. Her breakout performance led to hundreds of offers to play at the other concerts. Cuckoo thanks everyone for believing her, especially Flotte, who tells her to keep playing whatever style makes her happy no matter what. Azusa accidentally feeds Balkara a magical mushroom, turning Azusa into a child. Azusa is annoyed, but Laika and Floto are delighted. Azuz has someone who was unable to resist her cuteness but agrees to take her to Pakora, who was also smitten with Azusa's cuteness but directs her to the dungeon where a giant wood tree where an alchemist lives. Azusa expects a dangerous journey to find the tree has been turned into a floor tourist attraction where the higher they travel, the more money the tickets cost. Navigating the tourist traps takes time and they won't stay overnight in a hot spring on floor. The alchemist, a young girl, gives her the cure pills made by Ino. Ino arrives and is surprised that Assassin climbed the tree where wave rings could have flown into the top, plus the medicine is available in Nino's shop close to Azusa's home. The group visits Flota, which is preparing for the dance festival, a 2-day event to celebrate the harvest. Aziza has previously distanced herself from the past dance festivals, but having bonded with the others, she wanted to do something for the festival. During lunch at a cafe, Azusa gets inspiration from observing the strengths of others to run the coffee shop. The witch's house on the eve of the festival is preparation for the festival. Azusa and the others try on their waitress uniform, prepare the menu set of the coffee shop, and distribute flyers to the flooded town folk on the eve of the festival. Seeing the long queue at the coffee shop, Azusa opens the coffee shop 1 hour early and starts serving the customers with the other. As the coffee shop gets busier throughout the day, Beelzebub, Vania, Fatland, even Pakora pitch in to help, and Slime Fighter, Eno and Cook also visit the coffee shop with their help. Azusa and the others manage to serve all these customers and close the shop. Azusa thanks the other for making the coffee shop a success. Before the break, while she reflects on the events of the series. The next day, with others wanting to visit the dance festival, Azusa decides to take the group into a dance festival. In the evening, Azusa gets a knock on the door, which she opens, greeting the person who starts her day. Well, this was all for the video. Make sure to like, share and subscribe this channel, and also press the bell icon because this really motivates me to bring more such amazing content for you.